Hello there. Now, despite nearly 7 years as a professional landscape photographer, I keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Now, you might think after decades behind the lens, I'd have it all figured out, but I don't. So today we're going up the mountain to make some pictures, and I'm going to share my shortcomings with you so you can avoid the same pitfalls. So I'd love it if you were to come with me. Let's go. Before we get going today though, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. So if you need a domain name, a website or an online store, go to squarespace.com or hit the link down below. Right, well, I'm in the Lake District today and I've already made my first error, and that is to pay too much attention to the weather or the weather forecast. Well, I've done both today because I looked at the forecast yesterday and it was kind of going to be a fairly blue sky day. So I decided I was going to come to the Lake District to do a shoot, and I'd picked out a location to go up a mountain, a new place that I've not been to before. But then on the way up, I've changed my plan, because on the way up where I went through a real big patch of cloud not too far from my original location, and then panicked because I was going up a mountain. So I don't want to just show you a grey background to the video all day, and I want to get some good pictures with some atmosphere and some mountains, and I didn't want that sort of grey out. So I missed my junction, deciding on another location. Within about 2 more miles, it totally cleared with total blue skies. What I'm going to do is get up the mountain here instead, and my decision could end up being a good one, but I'm panicking about it and worrying about it because I paid too much attention to the weather rather than just getting out there and dealing with what you've got. And in the past, I've got so many good pictures from doing that, but then more recently, always focusing too much on the weather. Yeah, a quick hike up, and I will try and make the best of the decisions I've made today. It does look nice over there though, very nice. Right, let's get up this hill. Now, definitely one of my biggest mistakes with my landscape photography is not maintaining my fitness. If you are fit, you will be a better landscape photographer. That's just a fact, because you can hike up to places, you can get into interesting positions that other people aren't going to get into. I just keep going through this cycle of getting a bit fitter, losing a bit of weight, strengthening up, and then usually what happens is I get ill or just get a cold or something, and then the whole regime completely goes out the window. It always feels like I'm starting off again. And whoa, oh God, the extra weight does not make you steady on your feet either, especially with 20 kilos on your back. I need to lose 20 kilos off the front this year. That is my goal, and I'll be back down to near to my ideal weight. I've got to break the cycle because starting again is hard, and you get the fear. I had the fear this morning about that first place that I was going to go to, because that was about a 2,000 foot climb. This is about 1,000 foot. So I kind of chickened out a bit. Well, I'm still doing something. So that's the key. Just do something, anything, something more than you're doing now. If you build up the physical strength, it helps you build up the mental strength, the mental fortitude as well, because it does take that. People often underestimate the mental aspects of it, of getting up a hill, going up a mountain. It's not particularly the easiest thing in the world to do, especially if you're carrying a load of metal and glass on your back. So join me on this landscape photography challenge. Should we call it a challenge? Become a patron if you want by hitting the link down below, and then you can join the forum where I'm going to get a group running just for this, so people report back and to support each other through this fitness journey. So hit the link down below and you'll be supporting the channel, which I'll be very grateful for. So yeah, I'll keep slogging my guts away for you to get up this hill and bring you along with me today. Right, I'm set up for what is really my first shot of the day. I've taken a few on my phone because I've done a little bit of scouting, and that's not something I do enough anymore. I've got well off the beaten track today, found a nice little wood that I think I'll come back to when it's foggy. One thing I'm guilty of is being a little bit lazy with the photographs I take, and I don't slow down my creative process enough, and because of that, I walk past photo opportunities, or I'm not willing to risk it. I'm not willing to risk an average shot because I've got a goal that I want to achieve. But I think there are occasions when I miss something because I can't quite be bothered to get my camera out and take the photo. Now today, I've walked up constantly looking at these silver birch. They're in the woods all the way up. They're over on the mountain on the other side. And I've been trying to figure out what I could do with them. And to be honest, I haven't come up with anything. But I want to do something. I want to try and do something. So I really am going simple here. And I've put the long lens on, and I'm just going to zoom in on some of the trees because they're picking up the light really beautifully. They look really nice to the eye. I'm not sure it's going to work as a photograph, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm trying two things. I'm trying once with it zoomed in right on this cluster of trees just in front of me, and then I'll probably do a wider shot where I'm getting the trees in the background as well, so there's almost two layers to the image, which gives a little bit of context, but also gives it a little bit of depth. I don't know, is the truth. To be honest, I don't think it's interesting enough, but I've stopped and got my camera out, so maybe there is something there. But it's almost certainly one I would have walked past before. Have I got anything else on my list? Because that went pretty quick, didn't it? I'll show you that image in a minute. Kind of related, I suppose, is forgetting to enjoy it. Now, I do that all the time. Maybe that's because I'm a professional or I'm making videos at the same time. But so often, it's really difficult when you're out here, and it's not until you get home that you realise you had fun. Because I've got a goal, I want to succeed, I want to win, which for me means making a good picture and getting a good video. Right, let's take the last few meters to the top and enter the wind. Right, I've got the sun in my face. I'm just about to take the last few steps to the top, which is always an exciting moment. It's very slippery though, so don't want to fall right at the end. So let me spin you around and you can share in that moment with me. And I think it's looking rather interesting. Look at that over there. Just stunning. I do now have those 360 degree views all the way around. Oh, I'm enjoying it now. I'm enjoying this moment, nice and certain. So, I'm gonna take a moment, enjoy this for a minute, and then get the camera out. Right, I've come down off the top because it's not particularly cold today, but it is still the middle of winter. It's really windy, and that quickly blows the heat out of you. So I've taken a little bit of shelter underneath this tree, had a little bit of food, and I'm going to wait for a couple of hours until the sun sets and all the action happens, because really the action I'm looking to shoot is all behind me there. It's straight into the sun at the moment, so it's not making for particularly good images. And it's kind of made me think, or it's reminded me, because I got a little bit frustrated for a second, that another thing I fail with is managing my own expectations, particularly around the photographs I'm going to make on a particular day. When I look ahead and I've come to somewhere like the Lake District, I'm thinking, yes, I'm going to the Lake District. I'm definitely going to get some great shots. And that's just not the reality. I made one shot today and I don't think it's very good. The truth is, a single day or a single shoot doesn't matter. Ansel Adams said 12 good photos in a year is a good haul. And I really believe that. If I look back on a year and there's 12 bangers in there, I'm really, really happy. But in the moment, it can be hard when it doesn't happen. What I've learned over the years is there is no such thing as a big break. They just don't exist. I see people thinking that they do. So then when a company comes along that wants to work with them, or they get a little bit of an opportunity for exposure, people can end up selling their soul to make that happen, or stabbing someone else in the back to make that happen. And it just isn't necessary, because what it's about is hard work, an accumulation of hard work over the years that then amounts to a body of work that people respect or people are interested in. It takes time to build a body of photographs. It takes time to build a business. It takes time to build an audience. People want to actually watch you. It's easier said than done. I think the key to it is to stay humble. I think that's the key to a lot of things, to be honest. A bit of humility towards others and towards yourself as well. When a day's not panning out like you thought it would, you can just think, okay, that's all right. I'll make the best of it. I'll still try hard. I'll still work hard. And if it doesn't work out after that, I've done my best and there's nothing I can do about it. So that's what it is. Let me have another check in my list. Here's a good one. Monitor calibration. I've said quite a few times on this channel that I don't think it matters. And I think the truth is, after recent experience where colour was looking quite different on different screens and different videos, it maybe does matter just a little bit. As you know, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. And in my opinion, Squarespace are just the best place for photographers to build their own website. And in January of 2025, I don't think there's any better time to start your website if you've been considering it for a long time, because sharing your images on social media these days is just miserable. But if you create a Squarespace website and put some of your pictures on there, they're gonna look big, bold and beautiful, presented exactly how you want to see them. And then you can use social media to drive some traffic to your website. That's the way to do it. Just go to squarespace.com, or you can click the link down below, start a free trial. Use one of their beautiful templates, put some of your images, a few of your words on there, and before you know it, you'll have a beautiful looking website. And if you don't even want to do that, they now have AI services that will do a lot of it for you. It will write copy for you. It will do video descriptions and picture descriptions and things like that for you. It's really powerful and makes it even easier to get your website up and running really quickly. The other beautiful thing about Squarespace is it will grow with you. You can start with a very simple gallery, and then if you want to, you can upgrade to an online store. So you can start selling things like books and prints and calendars and mugs. So go to squarespace.com or click the link down below and then create your website. And if you like what you've done, use the offer code FIRSTMAN. That's right, FIRSTMAN. Tell them that I sent you there, and before you know it, you will have a unique and beautiful looking website. Right, I'm going to spin you around again and just show you. Look, the sun's still there, right above where I want to shoot. And to be honest, there's no shot on. But I'm hoping, can you see my finger, that the sun's going to sort of move round here. Then we're going to get the light coming across this way, lighting all that up and just looking fantastic. And I'm going to go back to the top. Oops, that's a bit close, isn't it? Oh, far too close to my face. Oh man, this is not going very well. The sun is starting to come down, but it's still right in front of me. And there's a lot of moisture in the air, so it's just lighting up absolutely everything in front of me, and I can't really see anything with my eyes. It's just so bright, and I'm looking straight into the shadow. And now I think anyway, with the height of the sun, it's not that interesting anyway. And I've been stood on this hill now for about 2 hours. And the last hour or so, I've been up here in the wind doing time lapses, trying to make a thumbnail, that kind of thing. And any second now, the sun is going to dip behind the cloud. And then maybe there'll be a shot on, but probably not. I promise you as well, I have not engineered this for the sake of this video. It's honestly just the way it's worked out. Another mistake that I make probably about 25% of the time is I leave early. And I think that's what I'm going to do today, because 75% of the time I get it right. I think you got to keep trying, but you don't want to flog a dead horse. And I'm not feeling this anymore, and it's uncomfortably cold up here now. So I'm going to hike back down, hopefully before it gets dark, and I'll give you the final mistake of the day. Man, I'm back at the car park, and that was a brutal first shoot of the year. It's a treacherous walk back down, really slippy rocks, lots of dead autumnal leaves, load of moss, tough descent. But the last one, it's something I've probably been doing more recently, is trying to be overly technical. You might have noticed I haven't talked much. It's all about technical things, anything to do with a camera even on this video, because when I teach people, there's bigger blockages than your camera settings or how you use your camera. That's about practice. Is there's so much focus on that technical, they forget altogether the artistic creation. And for me, that's what landscape photography is all about. It's about taking a day like today and putting it into a picture and trying to express something and share my love of the landscape and my love of photography all in one little self-contained story. And if you're worried about your camera settings, that's just not going to happen. If you want to watch one where I have been successful, click here or click here to watch when I dragged a printer up the hill, or you can go to the link down below and check out my website and maybe become a patron and support the channel. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it today and got something out of it, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye.